Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Now with today's speech, Putin's speech, 7-minute speech, the war in Ukraine did not end. I think it just will escalate. So we have here an article from Ukrainska Pravda where the Ukrainians are telling us what achievements they had in the south. So let's see what they tell us about their new successful operations. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda and it says that Ukraine's armed forces kill over 150 invaders and destroy over 40 units of Russian equipment in Ukraine's south. Wow! So the enemy intensified the use of kamikaze drones to damage civilian infrastructures targets, including these in the rear, which are significantly distant from the contact zone. During the day, the 21st of September, the enemy sent 2 strike drones into the coastal area of the city of Ochakiv. One drone was shot down, the second made a self-destructing attack on the coastal area. There are no casualties. Parts of the downed drone were identified as an Iranian-made Shahed 136 kamikaze drone, which the Russian occupation forces rebranded as Geran 2. This is a barrage munition weighing 200 kilos with a wingspan of 2.5 meters. 200 kilos, that's what? Almost 450 pounds. In the evening, the enemy shelled the Bushtanka district with 2 Smerch Tornado multiple rocket launcher missiles. Power supply has been disrupted in several settlements. There are no casualties. These Russians are just shooting birds. Ukraine's Air Force delivered 7 strikes at Russian forces. Let's see how many what destruction they were able to do. Russian Sukhoi 25 ground attack aircraft has been destroyed in the skies above the village of Charvine in Kherson Oblast. Also, an aerial reconnaissance attempt by Russian invaders has been intercepted and 2 Orlan 10 UAVs have been shot down near the village of Murskivka in Mykolaiv Oblast. Ukrainian missile and artillery units performed more than 210 firing missions targeting the Russians' command post in Borislav district. Concentrations of Russian troops and equipment near the villages of, and they gave about Havrilka and Karnobaivka, the Darivka bridge and the pontoon crossing near the city of Nova Kakovka. The Ukrainian military have killed 151 invaders and destroyed over 40 pieces of military equipment. Now they know exactly what they destroyed, and you're gonna find out right now. 7 tanks and 19 armored vehicles, 4 howitzers, including self-propelled and towed MSTA-B howitzers, 2 self-propelled Akatsiya howitzers, and 4 self-propelled artillery units. Post-reconnaissance data of previous Russian defeats indicate that another 62 invaders were killed and 5 armored vehicles were destroyed. Ammunition storage point in the village of Blahodatne and the command post of a 7th Guard Air Assault Division in Chornobaivka are confirmed to have been hit. A Russian fleet formation of 12 ships and boats is maneuvering in the Black Sea. What are you talking about? Yesterday I read another article saying that the submarines and the fleet, the Black Sea fleet of submarines, they just ran away from the Black Sea, and the ships just hid behind Crimea, being afraid of being hit by the Ukrainians. So now they do maneuvers. Let's see what kind of maneuvers. The formation includes 3 naval missile carriers armed with 24 caliber cruise missiles, 2 large landing ships, and a landing craft. Well, it seems like they just burned gas for nothing, because they have like 5 landing ships, huge ones. They've never been used so far, and they've been over there for about 4 months now. What are they waiting for? For the stars to align straight, so they can do it per the, I don't know, whatever astrologists are going to decide. So anyway, it's a lot of proof here coming from the Ukrainians that they destroy the Russians like flies. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. It's just what's interesting is that we don't have a Russian account of the Ukrainian losses. We only have these ones. I couldn't find the Russians account, but I think I found it only one time, but it was an estimate by, I can't remember what kind of newspaper. It was not like the command, Russian army officially saying that. They say we destroy this, we destroy that, but anyway, is it in the south? It's very interesting that this occurs over there. What happened with the north counteroffensive, I think, is dead in the water, and this is what happens in the south. The Russians are not, how should I put it, bellied up yet. And I said yet because it seems like they're trying just to consolidate their gains. According to Putin and Shoigu, they stated that the partial mobilization of up to 300,000 conscripts, veterans, whatever, people with military experience, they are will be mobilized to, as I said, make sure that they secure the gains they already have, and referenda in the territories that are already under their occupation, liberated, whatever you want to call them, will occur as they planned. So I didn't hear anything about any counter offensive coming from the Russians, but I think that once they declare that Donetsk, Donbass, Luhansk, Zaporozhia and all that is part of Russia, any incursion of the Ukrainian forces on these territories will be considered an attack on Russia per se, and they will probably reserve the right to activate their policy and the procedures and protocol of nuclear weapons if they choose so. Putin said that that's not out of the question, and since, according to him, some officials from the West already said that could be a little nuclear war and in the area, he said it's crazy, we are ready to defend ourselves with any means necessary. Now, I read a lot of articles regarding this hypothetical use of nuclear weapons, and I say, you know, my little mountain slope scenario, or you know, where I always say they start slow and little, and then they go and see how everybody else reacts. It's like a bully. He doesn't go and punch you in the face straight. He's just gonna slowly, unless he knows you're not gonna retaliate, slowly gets to you, and then eventually he's gonna go all the way. But he just gives you signs and ups his antics to get you, you know, in trouble. The same here. These guys are coming with, what about the Russians will use nuclear weapons? No. What would be a little small war over there with nuclear weapons, tactical, limited? You know, this talk is going to go to, yeah, whatever, if Russia misbehaves or something, I don't know. It's just that we're in dangerous times, and instead of these weasels here to consider it as a direct threat, and it's timed like a bomb, ticking bomb, they just are very concerned with, you know, chest beating and saying that, oh, they're in trouble, it's good, that's good. And then what? What are they going to do if they're in trouble? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.